Hello dear students, my name is Janar Jumankulova and I am a teacher of English at Belém Innovation Lyceum for Gifted Girls in Taras. In this video you will get acquainted with the topic of participles. You will identify the difference between the types of participles, classify their functions in the sentence. Let's start from the types of participles. There are three main types: present, past, and perfect. Some of them are divided into active and passive. Look at these sentences and identify the participles. The broken glass cut my foot. Having edited the video, I started uploading it. I really like this dancing doll. Having been defeated, he fled away. Now you can see that the participles are highlighted and they are of different forms. Let's start from present participle or participle 1. The form of it is verb plus ing. An example sentence is: the crying girl took a long breath and laid down on the couch. Crying is participle 1, which plays the role of an attribute or an adjective. What kind of girl? Which girl? The crying girl. Watching TV, he forgot everything else. In this case, watching is an adverbial modifier. Doing what? He forgot everything else. Watching TV. Now let's look at the sentences which also have the form of verb ing, but they are not participle ones. She is crying because she is late. Is crying is a predicate, which is in the form of present continuous. He was watching TV when I came in. It is also a predicate in the form of past continuous. So these sentences do not have participles 1. Now let's look at past participle or participle 2. The form of it is verb 3 or ed. He is a laminated copy to replace your tone 1. Laminated and tone are attributes playing the role of adjective. What kind of copy? Laminated. What kind of copy? Tone 1. The boy taken to hospital has recovered. It is also an attribute which describes the boy. What kind of boy? Taken to hospital. Now let's look at the sentences which also have verb 3, but they are part of predicate. She has learned new words. That is present perfect. He had been taken to a hospital. This is a predicate and this one is past perfect passive. So these ones are not participles 2 playing the role of attribute. Okay, now let's move to perfect participle active. The form is having plus verb 3 ed. An example: having delivered the message, he left immediately. This one is adverbial modifier. Or another one: the child, having found his mother, was again happy. Perfect participle passive. Having plus been, because it's passive form, plus verb 3 plus ed. Having been lost in the forest, the cat could find the way back home. Having been robbed, the woman went to the police. So you can see how the form of perfect participle passive is used in these sentences. Now let's move to practice. You will be shown some common questions from the test for English, and we will analyze them. The first one is to find the form of go in participle 1. So you can see that number 1, which is A, variant A, is not participle 1 because it is the third form of go. B is not correct because it's perfect infinitive, the form of perfect infinitive. C is not correct because it's the second form of it. D is not correct because it's infinitive form, and the correct answer is E because participle 1 is verb plus ing. Now let's look at another example. You should find participle 2 for the verb pay. Variant A is not correct because it is participle 1. B is not correct because it is perfect participle passive. D is also not correct because it's infinitive. E is also not correct, it's perfect infinitive. And the correct answer is C, because the third form of pay is paid. Now you should find the sentence which has present participle active. Let's look at them. Variant A. Cinephiles watch movies all the time. There is no present participle. There is no verb with ing. I haven't seen her for a long time. There is no verb with ing. The boss entered the office whistling a tune. There is a verb ing. Let's look at other examples and we will turn to C. D and E are not correct because there is no verb ing and we choose C. The boss entered the office whistling a tune. Whistling plays the role of adverbial modifier. Doing what? Whistling a tune. And another example is we should find the sentence which has participle playing the role of attribute. So let's start from the incorrect answers. Variant C is incorrect. I saw him call the police. We do not have any participles here. This one is bare infinitive. Call is bare infinitive. Smoking is very dangerous for our health. Although we have verb ing smoking, but it's not an attribute. It is subject. What is very dangerous for our health? Smoking. Another one with verb ing is variant E. He's thinking about quitting the job. Is thinking is present continuous, so it's not participle 1. He's thinking about what? Quitting the job. Quitting plays the role of object, not the attribute. Another one, while sleeping the baby heard our steps. Sleeping is not attribute. Doing what? It's adverbial modifier. And we have the last correct variant. The cat scares the sound of a functioning hair dryer. The cat scares the sound of what? Of hair dryer. What kind of hair dryer? A functioning. So the correct answer is B, because functioning plays the role of attribute and it describes a hair dryer. And the last question that we will analyze and discuss is about participle 2. We should find the sentence with it. We remember that the form of participle 2 is verb 3 or verb ed. Let's start from variant A. I have been studying since morning. We do not have any necessary form of it. B. She watered the flowers and left the room. We have verbs with ed or the second form of the verb, but they play the role of predicates and they are showing that this sentence is in past simple. D. Fishing is his favorite hobby. We have fishing, which is participle 1, verb ing, and it plays the role of subject. She is reading an article about makeup. Is reading is present continuous. And we have the last sentence. Watches made in Japan were once very popular. What kind of watches were once very popular? Made in Japan. So we have participle 1, which plays the role of attribute. Thank you for your attention. That is all.